Howdy, partners. Welcome back to this here edition of Keisha's Crumbs. Today we're going to pause for the calls. We're not going to have a poke bowl. I hope you'll oblige me. Instead, we're going to make a really, really good ingredient that we need for that there poke. We left off at poke number 5. And I could rest assure you, don't you worry your pretty little or handsome little face. I can rest assure you that tomorrow, after this here edition, we will pick up with poke number 6. And it's going to be goddamn special. It's going to be special, I tell you. As a matter of fact, we're pausing for the calls because we are making one of the best ingredients that will be a part of tomorrow's poke. You just watch and see. Okay? And then until tomorrow, tonight I need you to follow me. You know what we're about to make? Hold on to the seat of your pants. Now, do you know what we're about to make? Something that is so delicious. I can't even believe that aren't many people making it. It is the best darn thing you ever want to taste this side of the Mississippi. And I do mean it. Y'all, as promised, we are making some pickled red onion. Pickled red onion. Oh yeah. We're going to do it right now. We're going to do it right now. This here's my red onion. I got a gosh darn big one too. This here is my red onion. I got several jars. Make sure we got plenty of room to make these pickled onions for tomorrow's poke. Still can't tell you what the protein will be tomorrow's poke. I want you to be surprised. It's Sunday. It's going to be a great day. Relaxing, sunshine, and a great poke. A poke you'll never expect. But right now, in this here moment, we're about to make some pickled onion. And it's going to be simple. It's going to be delicious. So hold on to the seat of your pants. And make sure you got your pen and paper out. Because this here, y'all, it's about to be darn good. I'll be right back. Hey, y'all. Howdy. Welcome back to Keisha's Crumbs. As you have already heard, we are pausing for the calls. We're not going to make poke number 6 tonight. Because we're a wee bit short on time. But hey, we take advantage of every bit of time we got. Sorry, I'm going back into my Calgary accent. Let me come back to my Louisiana accent. We're going to take advantage of every bit of time we have, y'all, okay? So since we don't have time to make poke number 6 tonight, what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and create a very special ingredient that tastes wonderful, but it doesn't take much time to incorporate into tomorrow's poke. And y'all gonna be so excited when you see what tomorrow's poke is. I ran to the grocery store like an hour before it closed. Literally just got back. Y'all know I'm infamous for coming back from the grocery store feeling super inspired and making a video. So I had no clue what tomorrow's poke was going to be because I know what I've saved for the finale. But I went to the store. As a matter of fact, I went looking for dinner because guess what? Yet again, the whole day has passed. What have I had? A cup of coffee this morning. I think I just ate 6 crackers before I started this so I wouldn't pass out while I'm recording. Yeah, 6 crackers with a little bit of cheese on top. Saltine. Anyway, y'all, we are about to make pickled onion. And if you eat onion, you need to try this. I'm begging you to do it because the recipe list is very short. It's only 5 or 6 ingredients. You know, I may get to add stuff. But essentially, it's 5 ingredients. And y'all, this is the story. Well, I'm going to tell y'all the story while I'm making it because I don't want to talk y'all to death. But let me show you the first set of ingredients, okay? We have some white sugar. I don't even know if I'm going to use the granulated sugar because you can also use like honey. You can use agave. You can use, I wouldn't use simple syrup, but what else is sweet? You can use molasses. But I think I'm going to work with the honey. I may put a little bit of sugar in there, but basically you need a sweetener. You can either go with white sugar like most people, or you can use honey, agave, molasses, something of that sort. And of course, right here we have our salt. You use a pinch of salt because you know everything is better when you make it a tad bit sweet, a tad bit salty, honey. Oh yes. All right, and then moving right on over here. Now, this is our apple cider vinegar. Once again, I'm trying to decide because here I have apple cider vinegar, I have my white vinegar, and I also have my red wine vinegar, okay? So I haven't decided. I know I want to use 2 different vinegars. I want to use the white for sure to really break through that onion and give us that pickled flavor, right? The white vinegar. But I know apple cider vinegar is going to give me that look. It's going to add some complexity because it's going to be a bit sweet. Or I could also use the red wine vinegar for a bit of sweetness. I think I'm going to let half of the vinegar content be white vinegar. And then the other half I'm going to split between the red wine and the apple cider. Okay. And then right here, I just took the top off to put some water in that bowl. But right here is my water. It's going to take a little water, okay? And I'm thinking about adding some other ingredients. Let me just show you what those are. These are things that aren't essential to the recipe, but if you want a bit of spice, you can choose to use jalapeno, or you can go in with the crushed red pepper. And I have jalapeno slices, of course, but then I also have this. Y'all know I have the jalapeno in the tube, the paste. So I really think I'm going to stick with this. I think I want to stick with a dry red pepper because I don't want my onions to taste like jalapeno. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the onions to take on the flavor of jalapeno. So I think I'm going to stick with the dry ingredient, which is the crushed red pepper. And I do think that I want a bit of ginger. Okay, I think I'm just going to put just a tad bit of ginger. Okay, let's go ahead and get our pot boiling so that we can start. The way to get your onions pickled quickly, which you're supposed to be able to do it for like 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how much onion you have. You're supposed to be able to do it for like 30 to 45 minutes, y'all, and it'd be completely good to go. Of course, the longer the better. I'm going to turn it on medium to get it heated up. And the first thing I'm going to go in with is my vinegar. Now, I'm actually doubling, because the recipe kind of, and I'll have it down in the description box, but the recipe calls for like a half a cup of vinegar. No, actually 3/4 cups. I want to double it. I probably will have more than what I need, but that way when I buy another fresh onion on tomorrow, I already have my syrup mixture cooked up, the extra, and all I have to do is warm it back up and pour it on the rest of the onions, because I only bought 1 onion tonight and I want to get more. Okay, so essentially we're doing a cup and a half of vinegar total, right? A cup and a half total. So like I said, I'm going to split it up. So what I'll do is I'll do an entire cup of white. I have to fill this back up on. Yep, almost a whole cup. We'll do an entire cup of white. And then for my half a cup, I'm just going to use the same one, but only fill up halfway. I'm going to do a little bit of red wine, and a little bit of braids. You know, we got to have a braid. Excuse for the wobbling, y'all. I'm using that gooseneck holder again. So see, that's like half a cup, which is a combination of the red wine and the apple cider. We're going to do a half a cup of water, because essentially it would have been a fourth, so we're doubling everything. A fourth plus a fourth is a half. And everything we're using to the side. And I'm going to eyeball the ginger because I'm just adding it in. I don't want the pickles to taste, I don't want the onions to taste too much like ginger either. I just want that extra bit of spark and acidity and brightness. So that's probably like a half a teaspoon. And then we go in with a little salt. So I'm going to take a generous pinch. I'm going to just use this. This is, it is Grade USA. So we're going to go in with this honey. I'm going to empty the entire bottle in there. I'll have the measurements in the description box in it, because I really want y'all to make this. And after I finish with this, I'm going to tell y'all while I'm slicing the onion, the story behind what happened in the store. Like I said, I just got back from the store and I got to tell y'all, honey. Okay, now we're going to put in our red pepper flakes. Remember, you don't have to do this, and I don't want them to be super spicy either. So I'll say to this entire concoction, I'm probably adding a teaspoon, because the red pepper flakes are also going to be pretty. They're going to be so pretty in the jar as well. Okay, so I'll say that's about a teaspoon. And then we're also going to go in with our sugar. So when I be a customer, I'm going to give me I need me a 10-foot countertop with no sink in the middle, just a 10-foot island. Okay, cooking up a storm. So this is a tablespoon of sugar. I don't think I'm going to use the whole thing. About 3/4 tablespoon. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this cook some. Let's stir it, y'all. We're going to let this cook some, and then we're going to, I'll taste it and see if I think it needs any more sugar. Okay, once it starts coming together. Y'all can see it there. It's a beautiful concoction. Right now I have it on medium. I have it on straight up medium. Once it starts to heat, I'm going to turn it down just a bit because, again, these pots that I have here are really thermal. So once it gets hot, baby, it's going to be hot, hot. Okay, now let's prepare to cut up our onion. I'm going to take you to the other side. All right, y'all, we are back. We are back. So here we are. We're at the cutting board. And I have my cute little mason jars. I actually had these on hand. I was selling tartar sauce and caramel in these size jars. So I have the lids. They're not the pop top. They're just the kind that screw on. But if you seal them, if you have a sealer, you can make them pop top. And then we have this one red onion. See how large it is? And in addition to that, I have some green onion. Again, sometimes I go too far. I'm trying to decide whether I want to put just a little green onion in there to make it festive, honey. And then I have a garlic clove for each jar. So I for sure want to include the garlic clove. Okay, I know I want some garlic. So we're just going to cut these. Y'all, I know my gloves are extra big. I don't know how we end up getting a pair that's extra large, but baby, the hands ain't extra large, honey. But I'm glad to have them. Okay, I'm just cutting that dry tip off, and I'm just gonna cut them in fourths. I could drop the whole thing in there. And I know this cutting board is really, really loud. I don't know what kind of wood this is, honey, but it's loud. Just putting a little bit of garlic, 1 clove at the bottom of each jar. Now, I may not even have enough solution of onion to fill all 4. I think it's enough onion. Because when you put the onion in the jar, you still have to leave enough room for the liquid, for the brine. So, I just don't know if I'm going to have enough brine. But anyway, here's our onion. Okay, let's go ahead and cut it in half. And I'll be honest, y'all, I'm trying not to bear down too hard on my Biltmore cutting board. I don't even know why I'm using it tonight. I normally use this for charcuterie. I don't use it to cut on, but this one onion won't hurt. It shouldn't anyway. Oh, y'all, so the story is, I was just in the store. The store is called Fresh. And if y'all have a Brookshire's near you, like in my hometown, we have Brookshire's, but we don't have Fresh. Fresh is like a fancy store, honey. They got everything you think you want in there, including a bar. Like, you can literally go in there and have an alcoholic beverage. They have a bar with bartenders in the store. So anyway, you know, I was just thinking to myself after I decided on what the surprise protein was going to be for tomorrow's poke. I said, ooh, I want some pickled onion. So I run over, the store's about to close. I run over, ooh, this onion is strong, y'all. I run over to the aisle with the pickled vegetables, y'all. The prices were astronomical. I mean, I normally don't do a bunch of talking to strangers, but when I looked at the price of those pickled onions, I just turned around and there was a lady literally passing behind me. I was like, can you believe this jar of onions are $8? It was $7.99, y'all. I'm gonna insert the brand right here because I was so surprised. I said, this cannot be real. Once I got home and parked in the driveway, I actually looked it up. I looked up the red onions. I was trying to find it online in the store I was in to see what brand was selling for that much. Y'all, the brand came up, but it came up under Walmart. And Walmart is selling the exact same jar of onions, same brand, same size for $3.99. So, Fresh literally had the onions for double the price. For whatever reason, they feel like their pickled vegetables need to be extra high. Because as I'm standing there talking to the lady, I was like, oh my goodness. I said, I just can't believe this. Like, you know, I expected to pay for them. I knew it was going to be more expensive than making them. But I was like, they should not be $8. I knew I wasn't crazy. Yeah, I get home and Google it. And Walmart said the exact same brand for $3.99. I'm gonna put the screenshot in there. So I don't know why Fresh is charging $8. They have doubled the price. Then as I was standing talking to the lady, I was like, I saw it was, they had pickled string beans, pickled green beans, I'm sorry, I should say. They had pickled green beans, they had pickled carrots, like carrot sticks. Oh my God, cut about the size of asparagus. Y'all, the pickled carrots were $12. So I knew them people had lost their mind. And sure enough, I come home and Google it, and Walmart has the same brand for half the price. So they just, for some reason, and you know, normally fancier stores are like that. Like they have to run sales because every store, you know, every grocery store has like a weekly ad for the most part. So they have to run a sale, and when they run sales, they're decent sales. They're definitely comparable with like your Tom Thumb and your Kroger and all that. But the way they make their money to keep their fancy store up is the fact that anything else you can go in there for what's in the sale paper, but everything else is gonna cost you an arm and a leg. Baby, that was actually double. So anyway, the woman said to me, she was basically like, don't dare buy those. She was like, no, you go on. Because I told her, I said I was going to make some pickled onions. I told my YouTube channel that, and here I am about to buy them. She was like, don't you do that. Y'all, she was the one that stopped me. Because I was just going to buy them out of convenience. That way I didn't have to come home and do this. But baby, she was like, no. She said, you go home and pickle them. They'll be pickled by tomorrow. I said, you know what? You're right. And that's when I decided to do it. So a total stranger, y'all. But sometimes total strangers make the best associates. But anyway, so this is about as thin as I want them. When you read through different recipes, they'll encourage you to cut them as thin as possible. Some recipes will even tell you to use a mandolin. But the thing is, the thinner you slice them, the softer they're going to become when you pickle them. So I like my vegetables to still have a bit of a bite to them anyway, a bit of a crunchy texture. So I don't want them super thin. Yeah, I am focusing because I have on these wonky gloves. And this big knife. Okay. So you see all the onions we got here, honey. And I think what I'll do, I'll just cut them in half. And we're going to drop them straight in the jar. Kind of break them apart as you drop them in. And that way when you put the liquid in there, it can more evenly distribute. Just do them in half because I want some nice pieces. So even though my gloves are embarrassingly big, I had to put them on because I didn't want all this onion stench on my hand after I take my shower with these purple onions, honey, aka red onions. You'll still be able to smell it. So I was like, let me put some gloves on. Yeah, I'm so excited about tomorrow's poke. It's going to be grand. It is going to be beautiful. And it is going to be delicious. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and turn the fire up on my liquid just a little bit. Because it's not boiling yet and it should be by now. So let me just turn it up. And by the time it really starts boiling, I'll need to turn that vent on so the whole house won't smell like vinegar. Take that big piece out. This onion is strong. I started crying as soon as I took the peel off. That's another reason why I took my time cutting it. Because it's got my eyes watering. Oh yeah, I'm so glad I did this. I'm gonna go on Amazon and order me a mandolin so I can go ahead and do those radishes as well. Now the radishes will probably take, I would say it'll probably take about a week and a half to 2 weeks before they're good and pickled like I would want them. But I tell you one thing, I eyeballed these jars just right, because this is just enough to hold the size onion I had. You don't want to pack the onions down. See how I'm leaving room? Even though I'm filling up the jar, I'm leaving room, not pushing them down, just putting the onions in there. And that way, when you get ready to pour the liquid can trickle down and have room to distribute evenly throughout the onion slices. Now let's just get one onion and put it in for color, if nothing else. Okay, y'all, we're just doing this so we'll have a little variation in color, just to make it cute. So now we're gonna have purple, green, and then we'll have the little specks of dried pepper, dry red pepper. Alright, y'all, here we are. Our brine is finished. See how beautiful the color is? Turn that vent out because it was starting to smell like vinegar. And I have some funnels, but they're all rubber, so what I'm going to do is pour it in the cup first. And then pour it in the jar. Ooh, wait. Oh, yes. There it is, y'all. Ooh, strong. Strong, y'all, strong. So see, I don't want to waste my brine. You don't have to fill, just keep in mind, you don't have to fill the jar up all the way, because as those onions saucing, they're gonna shrink down a little bit. So I got enough for my 4 jars, honey. I'm gonna make this work, honey. Now this jar right here is gonna be the spices. You know why? Because all the peppers are at the bottom. So I'm gonna keep this one at the back to remind myself that that one is the spiciest. And then I'll just go through. There we go, y'all. So there are beautiful jars of pickled onion. They're gonna be ready for us tomorrow. Fresh, honey, fresh. Get the camera and show y'all. An overhead shot. A real tight one. So y'all can see how beautiful this is. I'm so glad I added a little bit of green onion. Yippee! There it is. Easy peasy. Ooh, y'all, I'm gonna be pickling everything. I'm trying to do this when I don't have much editing, honey. Cause the edit be, ooh, it's so pretty. That's a pretty picture, ain't it? Yeah, we falling in love. I don't know about y'all, but I'm falling in love with colors and freshness after all this poking making. So you take them and you shake them up. They're drawing out tight. See there? Beautiful. Y'all, the jar was $8. Oh my God. And the pickled green bean, the pickled carrots was 12. That's a shame. They are wrong for that. Shake it up. While the brine is still hot. And by brine, I'm referring to the liquid. Put your seal on it while it's still hot. Because the heat is what's going to make sure everything distributes appropriately. Ooh, y'all, we got the garlic in there. Baby, we got it going on. Y'all just wait till tomorrow, honey. You just wait. I'm so glad I had the opportunity to come on and do this for y'all. That was such a blessing. That I went in that store with y'all on my mind. And poke number 6 on my mind that I want to present to y'all. And it took a perfect stranger to say, no way, don't do that. And it was so funny because it was like she was styling, y'all. She was styling there in the aisle, making sure that I was not going to turn around and pick up that $8 jar of pickled red onions. She was like, no, I said, and when I saw her styling, I said, I promise. Because you're right. She said, you can have it done in 30 minutes. And she is right, because I promise you, this video will not be any longer if it's 30 minutes. And I hope you found this pickled onion recipe valuable, honey, and you don't mind waiting until tomorrow for day 6, okay? I'll see y'all a little later now. Be good now, yeah? Till tomorrow. But thank y'all so much for caring enough to watch my videos and to have subscribed, okay? Thank you, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Till next time.